Alright, I'm here. Bedtime was a little hectic for little Toadette. But we're there. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Make sure that that is properly closed. Too much energy, huh? You're gonna have to do something with that. Hello, Hudson. I saw you guys camping here. Okay. It's been a busy day. Alright, so let's see. Let's start with what we've already got. Let's start with what we've got since last time here. All right, Moon Rover. Let's go full screen on this guy. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, sound handler is the main thing that has been added. Maybe. Except, oh right, I forgot. So there's something we actually have to run locally as a server, or otherwise it cannot detect the sound files. There we go. That's what we've got to do. I heard about you sleeping 14 hours. That seems a little bit crazy. Boom, there's the music. So it has to wait for a user input, or else it's not allowed to play through web audio. So that's why it doesn't do anything until I click. That's right, he doesn't sleep often, but when he does... let's see... Yeah, so what we'll probably do is just have some kind of click here to start when the game initially loads, just to force the user to interact with the canvas. 5 to 14. I mean, it averages out somewhere there in the middle, I'm sure. So we got audio, and also, one of the big things we did last time was low pass filter for when the game is paused. Low pass filter, very cool. Off stream, I added volume controls. I messed with the pause menu a little bit. So now we got volume controls that actually work. Yeah, paused, you know, because it's a dog. I think that was your idea, Pixel, I'm pretty sure. Also, the toggle debug button for keeping track of important stats, and also it turns on the hitboxes and velocity stuff. Also, just kind of while I was playing around with it, I changed the level generator very quickly. Oh, the image files have not loaded yet, or they didn't load when it was time. That's something I need to address, is depending on the speed that the image files load, you can wind up with basically empty graphics. So we need to deal with that at some point. I changed the corridor generation to be a much shorter hallway, at least for now. I feel like it's a lot less confusing, and it kind of forces you to engage with the enemies a little bit more. When it's a massive, sprawling maze of girders, you're like, am I missing things? Is there should I be looking around at stuff? Or if I want to hunt down every enemy for extra loot, you know, oh, I gotta clumsily make my way across everywhere now. So I think this works a little bit better. And then we get the, The Mog Shop, of course. So that's it. And this is pretty much the same. So there you go. That's what we've done. That's what we've done lately. So tonight, turn on Mario Paint again. Tonight's plan, something a little bit different. Can't wait to play it. I know it's gonna be kind of fun once we actually get something built up that looks all right. So tonight's plan. This mess right here is what we use to generate the graphics for the sprites. And let me actually, let's pull this back over here. Let's see if we can actually get these to load. There we go. There they are. That's the graphics right there. This guy bouncing around here. It's an animated set of tiles that I think I should be able to display somehow. That's all art there. So down here in the lower right hand corner, this image you can barely see. Maybe if I zoom way in. Way down here at the bottom. That right there, next to Rover, that's the art for the enemy. It's in these different pieces, and I can just paste them on, and the idea is that the game will build these animations for me if I provided a simple set of rules, like, okay, this is attached here and it bounces. This is attached here and it wiggles this way. So it generates an image object. It's a canvas. Print. Is this where print is? Yes, this is where print is. So it creates a new canvas. It attaches it to the document. So I should be able to see that somewhere. Ah, here it is. This is the one. Maybe. Maybe not. Height 36. Style display none. We're gonna display fixed. No, position fixed. Duh. Alright, where did that go? That's not the one, is it? Dang it. Is it this one? There it is. Okay, well you can barely... Okay, up in the top right. So it prints out these multiple frames that are all, you know, it's animation. Surprisingly simple. But the important thing is that if I decided later on, you know what, instead of this little piece wiggling this way, I think it should really wiggle this way. In the traditional way of animating, I would have to go through and edit every frame according to my new vision of how this thing should be animated. In this way, all I have to do is say, oh, the wave, the wiggle quotient needs to be changed from a 2 to a 3 right here. And then it will, next time the game loads, it'll automatically redraw the tiles. There are some kinks with that. Notably, the problem is that if the image file is not ready in time, this whole thing fails. That's on the to-do list. But secondly, look at this mess. Look at this mess of code that I had to write to tell my process to make that image file. Like this image, I had to give it all of this junk right here. When really I would love something where I can just say, hey, let's add this part of the art onto the screen right here, and let's wiggle it from here to here. It should be some simple stuff like that. That is the goal, is to build a helper tool that we will use to generate the information we need to build these little robot guys. I want to include things like recolors or something like that. So a lot of what we're going to do today probably won't even be within the main Moon Rover page. Like this whole page, we're not really going to be looking at Moon Rover too much today, which is unfortunate, honestly. Moon Rover's great. So instead, we're actually going to build another page here. And we're gonna call it the robot builder, art builder. We're gonna call it the art builder. Something fancier. Let's get creative. Curb. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna try and get any money off of this because I know what it looks like under the hood. Glad to see you, Curbska. Curbska, I don't know if you've seen, but the boy is here now. We have Rover himself is present. Oh, you guys, I did draw. Hang on. This is something I need to do. That's the boy. That's the boy right there. All right, let's turn off the Mario Paint music. So we got to jam for a little bit. Bring the music down just a hair. So, Rover is actually on a separate layer from the background, which allows me to do some fun stuff when the capsule takes damage. It's a little bit subtle, but it works out pretty nicely that Rover wiggles at a slightly different rate than the background. And so you get a little bit of depth there. Get a little bit of depth. He's fine. He's fine, by the way. Impenetrable capsule, but red lights will be blinking. Yeah, it's subtle, but it's a good effect, I think. All right, so let's see here. Let's see if I can find. All right, the image. Let's try. What were the other images? Content images. Ah, yes. All right. Let's see. The other thing is that because it's a separate image, I can very easily swap it out for more dogs. So you could actually choose your character. I mean, you can't yet, but the images are there and set up in such a way where you will be able to choose a character. More dogs. And say hello to the latest member of the crew, Beans. This is Beans. He's a bulldog. He's supposed to be wearing an aviator cap, but it didn't turn out great. So it just looks like he's got, I don't know, reading glasses on. I think we could do cats. I think cats are a possibility. I just want to draw a bunch of dogs and then have them have no impact on gameplay at all. It's just because there are more dogs, this is good. But we could have cats. We could have a fish in a bowl. Maybe the dogs are unlockable. Maybe as you play the game and you complete feats of Daring Do, you unlock more dogs or other to choose from, more pilots. And maybe eventually the 100% reward is you can play as Mog herself. Obviously that's the greatest reward of all. Low pass filter. I'm so happy about the low pass filter. That works so well. All right. So tonight plan is somehow we're gonna build an art building machine. Make it 110%. Oh yeah. Take that, DK64, with your 105% completion rate. Art builder. So we're gonna build something where we can piece together robot art more easily. What do we call that? The art builder seems too bland and descriptive. The studio. The studio. All right, we're going with that. We're going with studio. So how do we do this? First, we copy paste pretty much everything. But we don't want any of this. Get rid of all that. We don't want any of this. Get rid of all that. Are the characters just going to be unlocked as you go through, or is there going to be some story about Rotor finding partners who you can play as along the way? I don't know. We'll play it by ear a little bit. Yeah. We're going to add a folder for CSS. And we're going to throw our style sheet in there for the main site here. Story would be pretty good, actually. It would be good. It would be good if we can get to that point. Okay. So. We're going to call this studio.css. And this is studio.js. It's going to be our JavaScript file. So we're going to copy studio.css, and we're going to have studio.js. That's mostly what we're going to be working on today. We want that, we want that, we want that. We don't need that, or that, or that. Okay. We're getting there. Starting out. Oh no, what did GQ do? Moonrover Studio. Oh no. Oh gosh, no. Am I gonna regret this? Oh no, he did. The Fiend. It's more than just a little bit off. I can't put my finger on it. It's very wrong. I don't think it's just mirrored. Something's gone terribly wrong here. It's just not right. Do you know a good lawyer? I felt like I was working up to a punchline, but it just didn't come. Like a sneeze that just didn't happen. I mean, you've got a case for identity theft, easily. Okay, so we need to pull up. Oh, so is this not working? CSS/ style.css is not present. Refuse to apply because its MIME type is not a supported style sheet. What do you mean? What do you mean it's what? No, that can't be right. CSS. Oh, content slash. That's what it is. Content slash CSS. Okay, there we go. That was my problem there. Okay, so now we'll have that ready. Okay, so we have our studio JS. We're gonna take all this out. Take all of that out. Studio.js is gonna have pretty much nothing to start with. It does nothing. So with your cats having to fight to the death. I mean, I don't feel like that solves much of anything, really. Okay. So does this work? Yes. Moonrover Studio. Moonrover Studio is live. It does nothing, but there it is. Let's get creative here. Let's start with a nice color. An obviously different color to prove that this is a different. Ugh. Okay, hang on. That wasn't what I was going for. Okay, I can deal with teal. Teal is decent. I'm just shifting the hue and that's it. What is CSS? Cascading style sheets. This is the set of rules that describe how a website looks effectively. So, for instance, HTML is the markup. It is me telling it, okay, there's an element which contains the text, hello there, pixel. All right, but then there's another element after it that contains a sub-element that says hi. All right? Oh yeah, get Natalie in there. It says hi, Hudson. An element within an element. All right? So if I just display this right here, here's what we get. Hello there, Pixel. Hi, Hudson. So this is an element. Then right here, there's an element that contains an element that says hi, Hudson. So style sheets let me tell it, okay, hey, those little division pieces that we just created, I want them to be slightly different. I want them to have a background color of white. Save. Okay, well, they have a background color technically. Let's drop the display flex. Let's drop that. Let's do that. There we go. That's a little bit better. And maybe I want them to have their text centered within each bounding element. I want to add a border to each of those elements that is solid red and 3 pixels thick. And then also I want to have some padding around each of those elements in the form of 5 pixels. And a nice margin between the content and the border of 10 pixels. Oh wait, margins around it. So here, now we kind of see a little bit more of what's going on here with that margin here. So now, oh, I got a Valentine heart. So this is what we started with, is just here's an element that contains the text hello there pixel, and then here's another element that contains an element that says hi Hudson, and now I've told it how to display that. So the HTML describes the structure of a web page, the list of elements that should be part of the content. The CSS describes how those individual elements get displayed, which sometimes that's just color, sometimes that's position, sometimes that's much fancier things. For instance, how about the website? So the content of the website is basically just an element with an image in it and a title and a subtitle and maybe some text. But things like this little glow that you get when you mouse over each tile, the text that pops up when you mouse over, that is technically being handled by CSS. I've told it, like, hey, an element should have no shadow unless the mouse is over it, in which case give it a white glow around it. Day! Rating with a party of 5, welcome. You're just in time for a quick crash course on HTML and CSS. So, aren't you lucky? Oh, hello there, Hudson. Oh, wait. Let's see if this works. I tried this add this. Let's see if this works. Maybe. Give it a second. Hey, it actually it pulls the category now. Thanks to Tank. Tank told me about an API that works pretty well. I was worried about some issues, but turns out everything's fine. So that's the bit. I want to know as soon as I don't know if Day got caught by some issues switching. There we go. 7 gamers, but you cleared the first 2 worlds. I was gonna ask how far you made it. So, got through Donut Plains onto what is it? Vanilla Dome for World 3. It's a fun. I think Super Mario World holds up. It's a fun game. Yeah. Okay, so now I've explained the basics of HTML describes the structure, CSS describes the fanciness on top of it. Positioning, some animation, color, styles. Oh, Curbsco, welcome. So good of you to drop in. Dome is a fun word to say, I think you're right. Vanilla Dome's not very fun? I kind of liked it. I thought it was fun. Probably about the same time you did, Hudson. Okay, so what we're doing tonight, for the Raiders to know, we're working on Moonrover. We're doing more with Moonrover. There he is. There's the boy. Oh yeah, the image isn't gonna load, is it? The background image. Whoops. I did notice that it was a little bit bluer than I thought that it normally would be. So last time we got the audio handler whipped up. Since then, I added controls and just sprinkled some sound effects in everywhere. A few slight tweaks to game rules, but that's about it. Domination. So the plan tonight... Actually, I still need to figure out why the... Why wouldn't the... Oh, I know why it wouldn't. Hang on. Content, image... It's ... / now. There we go. Okay. That won't be a problem in the future. Anyway. Plan tonight is we're going to build a tool. What happens when you run out of health? It basically just resets you to the top left of the room. That's it right now. We don't know exactly what the game loop is going to be like. Whether it's going to be like a, oh, you dead? Game over. Completely game over. Or back to start of level with a penalty or no penalty. I don't know. We'll still figure that out. Yeah, I know. We can't give Mario Maker fan what he wanted. I think that was one of his suggestions that I got on the initial night. I wasn't a fan of that. No, Hudson. No, Pixel. Absolutely not. The capsule is impenetrable. It is perfectly safe. Absolutely not. Okay, plan tonight is we're building a thing that will let us build the art for the game. So, I guess what we want to start with... He gets airlifted. Yeah, he calls a space Uber. Yeah, nothing awful will happen. It's okay. Because oh horse then does the Duck Hunt angry dog pose. So let's see here. We're gonna have our sidebar, which is going to be appropriately on the side. We're going to say position. We're gonna go fixed position here. I'm gonna throw that on the left of the screen, and it's gonna be glued. Yeah, there we go, top to bottom. Background color is not gonna be white. There's not gonna be a red border. We could do a right border. No, border right, not right border. And just make it like, I don't know. Would it make more sense to do a shadow? Isn't there a drop shadow? Shadow, box shadow. 5 pixels. Is that what else do I need? What else do I need to include on this? 5 pixel, 5 pixel. Oh, there it is. 5 pixel, 0 pixel. Okay. What are the other rules of box shadow? I'm getting ahead of myself. Get returned to the Mog shop to be fixed. There you go, with a slight money penalty or something. Did a horse. Wait, what? Is that what we want? Okay, that's at least gives it a little bit of a low opacity. I'm down with that much at least. All right, padding, yes. Margin, no. There we go. We have a sidebar. Background color. Background color will be... Chrome has some excellent tools for, like, messing with colors. It's really good. This, but kind of darker or lighter? Let's go with that. Let's go with lighter. Make it pop. So there's our color. Okay. Mog shoe. Perfect. Okay, width of this panel is going to be 300 pixels. Might be a bit much. 200 pixels. There we go. The contents of this box. Here's where the magic is going to happen. This is the... What is this? This is the whatchamacallit container. This is our... We're going to have like a nested... Look at our tile set code. We're going to have a nested set of objects. For the case of our sample robot, it's got like a core and then an eyeball and a left plate and a right plate and 2 wheels and an exhaust pipe, and they're all connected to each other, but there's a hierarchical structure, and we want to represent a hierarchical structure within our sidebar. We're building a little web app here that's going to allow us to select elements, edit them, all this fun stuff. So, so this is our sidebar content parts container. No, it's not the parts structure. I was thinking something like Oh, I had a few like backronyms for it. Something orbital gear, moon something gear. Signal that the capsule is critically damaged since a space Uber to return you back to the last Mog shop. Yeah, I think that sounds reasonable. Tree container. All right, so the tree container. Let's give it our mock-up here for a small fee. Yeah, maybe takes a cut of your loot up to a certain amount, but a minimum of a certain amount or something. I don't know. Okay, so I kind of want the tree to be built from an object, but also we want the object to be built from a tree, so I don't know where to start. We're just gonna kind of mock it up to start with. Class equals a node. This is a node object. This is going to be the main piece here. Node. Where did Hello There Pixel go? Weird. Huh. I don't know where Hello There Pixel went, but it's gone now. Oh, it's because I did this for div. This needs to be for sidebar only. This is how sidebar looks. Sidebar. There we go. What's the currency and how big will the loot be? The currency in dark side mode. Oh no. I mean, currently it's just loot. Credits seems like the default thing for any kind of space game, but maybe we'll do, oh, I mean, currently they're dropping like around 3 to 5 Mog Coin. It could be scrap or something. I mean, I know FTL already did that, but Okay, so a node has a bolts. Yeah. Min width of 150 pixels and a background color. Let's use that. Like a slight shading so that it gets progressively more dark each time. All right, ignore min width. Padding. Hey, Jad, how you doing? Shoutouts to Jad Music. Welcome. Because my thing should know. There we go. Yeah, see, it knows the category now. I just added that today. First stream, ooh. On Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. I don't know a thing about that. I remember a Super Nintendo Indiana Jones game. Part of me is worried that I'm mixing that up with Super Pitfall, but I'm pretty sure there was actually a Super Nintendo Indiana Jones game. Oh yeah, Day is also a relatively new streamer. It's a fun thing to do. It's a fun thing to do, I gotta say. Friends. No, we want... Do we leave off the margin? Maybe we leave off the margin. So what does it look like when I nest nodes together? Like this. Oh, there we go. That's good, that's good. That's kind of what I'm wanting, is that nodes can contain other nodes. Super Nintendo game was not great. I mean, that's true. Hey, congrats, Day. Who was your 50th, do you know? Wow, you got yours fast. Because I looked like 2 days ago and you were at 49. Gelf. Congratulations. That is a big accomplishment. Now you're going to want more, though. More and more. You'll get addicted. Watching the numbers go up and up and up. And there's nothing we can do about it. Let's add a vertical. Wait, which way does margin work? Give me pennies. I mean, the bits are good too. Officially sold your soul to Twitch. Oh no. Alright. Top margin only. I think that's fine. Okay, so the idea is that like this top one would represent the core of the robot, and then we'd have like left plate, right plate, and the eye would be a subset of the left plate, and so on and so forth. And you'd be able to add sub-elements with like a plus button or something. We'll see. But stylistically, this works. I think this works pretty good for us. You've won at Twitch. That's right. That's right. Yeah, there's really nowhere to go from here. Yeah, post game. All right, so every node is going to have a add button, or a new node button, which is, we're just gonna say a plus. All right, so now we need to position that. Actually, display as a block. Is that what we want? It's already displayed as a block. Inline block. There we go. And we're gonna float that off to the right. We're gonna give it a, what? Do you not like that? Oh, because of display. Yeah. All right. We're going to give it a background color. Yes. 50 followers, average 3 viewers, and I don't know, some number of streams over the last month. Background color of red. Not really. Not red. Obviously not actually red. Light blue. Let's go with a light blue. Width. We'll go 20 pixels on width and height. Ugh. That didn't look as good as I liked. Padding, no, margin. Ugh. Oh, it's because it's floating. That's why. Over halfway followers. You're so close, Pixel. Just a little bit more. Actually, this isn't a div, it's a button. There we go. Now it automatically becomes clickable and everything. Yeah, that's fine. It gives a little bit of a mouse over effect. You get all that for free. I still would rather it be... well, do I care about this? Nah, I think it's probably fine at where it is. We'll leave it there for now. Okay, so every node is going to have kind of some stats about it. I don't know exactly where those stats are going to go, exactly. So, I think the thing that I want is that every node sort of stores... Do we want to store this in... We don't want to store it on the page. I think there's going to be some model stored to the window somehow. So, what are we thinking? 8 hours per time period, average 3 viewers per stream, and 7 unique days out of the same time period. That sounds right. I'm down with that. So do I rebuild the sidebar as the model changes? An email from earlier this week. Yeah, let's have a sample model. Let's start here. Okay, so our model is Drumzin. Thank you for the follow. Is this big enough for you guys? I'm actually gonna. Oh, where was it? I'm gonna zoom in a bit. If I can remember where they hide that. Is this gonna be way too big? This might be way too big. Let's find out. Whoa, it's big, but I'll live with it. All right. So the art that we're building out. Actually, let's roll back over to the. Let's roll back over to Moon Rover. Where's my local host tab? Oh wait, it's right here. Whatever. All right, so let's roll back over here. It's always a little bit louder than I expect. Okay, so there's our art right there running around. But imagine, if you will, that we can see this guy. There it is. Okay, way up there in the corner. Okay. So this guy is built out of pieces on a very small little PNG file. We want to store all the information we need to build that. So what all are we going to need there? Within a single element, we have which type of piece it is: core, left plate, right plate, wheel, exhaust, eyeball. So we're going to have to keep track of like what part of the tile set it is, its position, like its starting position, and then also a list of modifications. So a modification could be something along the lines of, ooh, that's much smaller once I zoom out. Yeah, let's bump that up to 250. There we go. Give it a little bit more breathing room. Actually, I want more breathing room than that. That's not enough. I need more. No, it's good for now. We'll deal with it. Modification could be something like, oh, this part needs to wiggle back and forth. Or I'm thinking future-proof, this part needs to have a color offset. Huh? Hear me out. We have an orange plate. What if we wanted to recolor the sprite? Then we could say, give this a modification of shift the hue by 50% to make it whatever is the opposite of orange. Farewell, Curbska. Thank you for stopping in. Always a pleasure to have you around. I hope your evening is wonderful. And I hope your cat is behaved. I hope the Mario Paint music lulls you into a lovely, peaceful evening. Oh, thank you. So do we have a name for each object? Name. Does the object get a name? I don't want the object to really have a name so much as there's a tiles. Maybe the tiles get names to make it easier to pick out. Kiki will visit the moon. Oh yes. To the moon. Yeah, Day, you'll have to check it out. We've got some. I might have shown you this last time, but there are now multiple dogs available for use. There's no way to access them yet except by changing the code to reference other files, but multiple dogs are available. You should check that out. Let's see. So we're gonna have, I guess, tile index. Absolutely, is an impenetrable capsule. I was gonna say rover, but that doesn't work as well. Tile index, the X position. We need the X position. We need X position. We need the Y position, and we need a list of, what are we gonna call these? Mog will repair always. These are sort of effects on the tile. but they can also affect the children of the tile. That's kind of one of the key pieces, is that these things are inherited. Like that's like the main point, is that if I have a left plate that's attached to the robot, and I've got it bouncing up and down, I want for all the elements I attach to that plate to bounce up and down with it. Maybe even bounce up and down themselves within that to get like these added waves, which is a really cool effect. It'll be a lot more obvious for larger, more complex things, but for now, this will work. So these are, I don't know, effects. These are options. What do you guys? Naming things is the hardest thing in programming, as anyone can tell you. We're gonna go with effects for now. And an effect will be an object. For instance, you can take the wave effect. So one of them will be wave. Thing in anything. That's a good point. Yeah, in anything. So, for instance, in this, I've got a getWave function that accepts 3 parameters. Amplitude, what else? Speed, amplitude, and offset. And I don't even remember what any of those mean, honestly. But that's the idea, is that like these will be attached to sliders, so I can just like, let's try bumping it up to 3, maybe 4. Ah, that looks good. And it'll be animated live as I'm changing things. And then it'll have a list of parameters that get passed into that wave function. And then maybe we'll have like a second effect on this sample, a recolor, where it is doing, well, let's call it hue shift. And we'll provide a list of parameters, and it'll be like, oh, shift it by 30 units on the color wheel. Math homework at 2 a.m. All right. And then children, which this is where we get into this nested stuff. And yeah, who knows what that's going to look like. So that's a sample model. Get sample model is return this object. Sample model parent equals a sample model, and sample model child 1 is the same thing. We're gonna kind of new up a handful of little objects here, and then we're gonna say, all right, now make these the children, so that we actually have a nested thing. Okay. Totally makes sense in my head. What we're doing here is we're just making some sample data here. And now we're going to say generate sidebar or refresh sidebar. So this is going to take our model, and we're going to call it with our sample model parent. It's classic. gotta have your. I mean, birds are an important part of any programming project. Rubber duck programming, it's a real thing. All right, refresh sidebar. What's this gonna look like? First, we're gonna find our sidebar object, our container, our tree container. Let's call this refresh tree. Again, very bird-like. And let's get a little bit more space here because I can't see anything. All right, so we're gonna get our tree container. That's where the elements are actually gonna go. And now we're going to say get DOM elements from model. So this is going to kind of return some HTML. Something like, so we're actually going to be generating HTML. I know, terrible thing. It's going to be better eventually. We just need something for now. Tree container dot inner HTML equals get DOM elements of our model. Let's see how that works. Oops. Save. Nothing yet because we're not actually referencing the JavaScript yet, are we? Pixel, thank you for $10 going to Camp Horizon. Might be because I can't actually see what's going on in the console. Cannot set property inner HTML of null, implying that tree container does not exist. Get element by ID. Oh, it's probably because this does not exist yet. So what we need to do is have a document dot onload equals. Basically, we're gonna say don't do this step until everything's loaded. There we go. I think. Okay, well it did at least, right? We're there. Nothing happened. Nope, it's not actually getting called. Document.onload. Why is document.onload not getting called? Is it getting called? No, it's not getting called. How did we do this? What am I totally missing here? Do. Is it window.onload? No. Yes, it is window.onload. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Now we can have this make it a little bit better sample tree here. Still not seeing much here. It's like not doing it all the, oh, because I took out the console.log. Whatever. All right, how do I get DOM elements from a model? We want to generate our original HTML like this from the model object, which looks like this. So that's gonna be, also should these have an ID? It's fine. So the HTML should be a div of class node. Document.create element div. This is kind of the better way to make elements. Div.className equals node. Making HTML in JavaScript is like something that you don't typically want to do, but whatever. div.innerHTML equals node. Just gonna have some text there, just placeholder. Now we need our button, our add button, which is gonna be a button. So we're gonna say create a button. Also give that button class name of add button. Is that what we, no, new node button, excuse me. And give that button a nice fancy plus sign for its inner text. And then div.append child add button, add the add button. Fan is shaped as a sector. Circle, radius 12 centimeters, with angle 110 degrees at the center. Calculate the area of the fan. Well, you remember your maths, right? Pi r squared, and then multiply that by 110 over 360, and you are in luck. You will have your answer right there. Now, for let child of model.children, for each child, oh, you are so lucky. Let child node equal get DOM elements from model childs, because the child is also an element that can have a model. And append the child node. And there we go. We should now be able to return div.outerHTML, and that might be it. Let's see. We're close. Failed to execute append child on node 1.
If advertises if they got their hands on this game. Our experts went to the moon and made the game like the moon so you can have the best experience. It's like you're there in sound space.
Sound space. I liked the slight hiccup. Very good. Can't append child on node. Line 43 here. Ah, I see. We just want to return the div. Good on you to add the space in at the end. I don't think I could get away with that. I mean, I don't think anyone's ever going to. I don't think that's ever going to happen. We got it! We have buttons! Okay, so now our model can generate HTML. So that's a start. It's pretty crappy HTML, but it is there. So what does the button do on click? Button does on click new node. Let's see what happens here. Top's voice. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking. Nothing? Okay. Oh, is it just, it's on click, isn't it? No? Nothing? Is it this? I don't actually remember how this works. Hang on. Button on click HTML. I have a feeling that adding the handlers does not work as well that way. So keep forgetting to cancel your paid sub. So your mom keeps getting charged once a month. Aww. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. On click HTML. Event delegate. No, we don't want that. How do I want to do this? Element.outerHTML. No, nothing. You work the money off though. Okay, all right. Because we're not actually. Oh, you know what? We don't need the HTML. I think we can just say. I think what we can do is say basically empty it out and then append the new tree. Is that enough? There it is. Okay, we get it. We got it. Cherry pie and apple pies. Oh man. Apple pie. Nice crispy crust. It's flaky. Nice rich on the bottom. Light, flaky on the top. That's good stuff. Oh man. Alright, so we don't want the event. This is the button. Clicked button is this. Okay. So when we click the button, you just like the crust. You'll like it when you're older, Hudson. That's what you use to remember the equation for circumference and area of a circle. Pi r squared and 2 pi r. Let's see here. How am I going to get this back to the model? Somehow I need an ID. Alright, do not do this in practice. This is really bad, but it will kind of work for us. It's been years and you still despise it. Well. There's got to be a better way to do this. I can bind this to the actual model object somehow. How do I do this? Have you thought of adding FFZ emotes to your channel? I have not. I just can't be bothered. Does this work? If I do this, console.log this and model. Show me what happens when I click this. I get window for this, and I do get the model. Okay, here we go. So model is now my object. So I can do dot children dot push, and then I can just get another sample model. So now when I plus this button, and then I need to refresh the tree from the parent. Okay, so now, oh my goodness, it worked.
What is the dedicated amount of WAM I should have to server?
How much dedicated WAM for the server? Oh, look at that. We can now go very deep on our tree. We can build more and more children. I do like that effect with it getting more and more nested like that. I don't like it as much on the right. So let's actually work on that real quick. So let's see, that is the padding. So let's say padding right is 0. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's clean. Nice clean line. Add that on our node object. Perfect. Build more and more children. That's right. That's right, Pixel. We can do it. Okay, this is good. This is good. So I still don't have like a starting node exactly, but that's alright. Also, when I add a node, it always adds a child. Can't really add a sibling. I guess that makes sense. Button still feels like it should be off to the right a little bit, but I don't know. What if I do float right? Does that really... Yeah, that really messes things up. Is there a better way? Position... Absolute? No. Fixed. Kind of want absolute position. And then right 0. Then we can take out margin and padding. No, leave on the padding. Can do something like this, I guess. Take out margin, float, and display on the button. Margin, float. Is that what we want? Yeah, that should be alright for now. I'm gonna be confused when she finds out you submitted your homework at 2 a.m. They call home? Oh no. Should we bump up the margin on these? No, not the margin. The padding. Yeah, bump up the padding a bit on this to 8 pixels. And then margin. Do we add the bottom padding on that? Does that do anything for us? Not so much. Not so much. I guess we can have that. We're just being nitpicky here. Yeah, it's good enough. Button top position. Oh, interesting. Oh well. I'll take it. Submitted homework when it's late before, but different teachers would do different things. Gotcha. I need a delete button for a node as well. Deleting a node. Deleting a node. Alright, so we don't need this anymore. We don't need this at all. We just need the tree container. Everything else just gets automatically added in from the model. As long as we have a starter. We don't need the sample parent or the sample children anymore, just the parent, because now we can just add the children as we need them. You've been working on this one problem for quite a while. Nice. Alright, so we want to add another button, too. On click delete node. I want the ability to delete. So what's that going to be when I delete the node? Ooh, how do I delete the node? I need to find the parent object. Maybe we will have a parent property. And so we can, when we push, we'll say let new object equals get sample model. Push the new model, and then new object dot parent equals model, so that we'll maintain that parent-child relationship. There you go, Pixel. Now you just gotta add it to your homework. So we're gonna say model dot parent dot children dot, oh, what is it? Index of model. But list is that. Let index is list dot index of model. Is it splice? List dot splice. Yeah, delete count. Delete one object from that list and refresh the tree. So now we've got our delete node function. So we're going to add a delete button. A delete button. Delete node button. And it's going to be on click delete node. And we'll use an X. And I need to actually append it. Can't submit it because you have no Wi-Fi. Oh no. There we go. And then this is going to be both of these buttons use the same CSS, except for this is ugly, but whatever. It'll work for now. 30? 40. There we go. Now we have delete buttons. So now we should be able to, yeah, look at that. Now we can delete. Delete a node, delete another node, delete a parent node and its child. Yeah, perfect. Just what I needed. So the important thing here is that we have the HTML is merely a representation of what's going on. Almost. There it is. I'm gonna get a lot of nodes tonight. We're just dealing a lot with nodes. It's nothing you can do about it. Speaking of, I want to add a border left to this node, I feel like. Don't I? Wouldn't that look nice? Would it look nice? Lime, 1 pixel solid, not lime. Not actually lime, but 3 pixel border. Make it a nice, oh, actually that's pretty good right there. I like that. That kind of makes it pop a little bit more. Pop. Yeah. Pixel is solid. Okay. So we're going to need some way to select nodes. So how do we do that? Because the plan is we're going to have like a big canvas down here that kind of previews the animation and shows it in action. And you want to be able to edit things live. So we'll have a big preview window going on down here. When you select a node, an individual node, you'll get the option to make changes to it, maybe at the top of the screen. This will be things like managing the list of, what did we call it? Effects? Yeah, list of effects, its X or Y position, or which tile we're using. A Lucky Draw remake, oh no. Skip, I think. I think that's an instant skip. You guys getting tired of the Mario Paint music? There was another Mario Paint track we could use. Where was it? Where was it? Where is it? No, not Data Row. Monkey Song, that's the one. There we go. We're an hour in, hour and a half, so we're switching the soundtrack for the last little bit. This one's good too. This one's good too. Dobbs beats. Alright, sample model parent. Is that still going to be our... We're going to say you can't delete the parent. Let's see here. So we're going to change the parent to be root. Model root. And I'm just going to add in something that says that if model is not the root, then you can add a delete button, but otherwise we just don't get a delete button. And that makes sure that we never delete that. I'm just gonna say that. Nice. You guys, what a team. All right. So we need our selected node. Selected node equals null. Ooh. If all right, when we're getting our model here, if this is the selected node, then I think what we can do, div.classList.add selected. And by default, that's not going to be selected. And also we want to have an on-click event for the div. There you go. That's the one. Ugh. I'm not really a fan of that one. It's a little bit off-putting. Something about it. Just... It's wrong. Let's see here. We're gonna have an on-click, on-select node. That's gonna be the model. Well then. And it's just gonna say that. Looks like a thumb. Yeah, a little bit thumb-like. Okay, so div on click. It's going to be on select node. And then finally, we need to have border left color is going to be green when selected? No, not green. What color is it going to be? Kind of a very popping white, light blue color. So let's see. We've got some nodes, and then we select one. No, we're not selecting it. Why aren't we selecting it? Selected node. No, we are selecting it. Oh, on select we actually also have to redraw. Ew. I mean, I guess. Okay, so now... Nope, still no... Still not getting the, what I would expect. Alright, hang on. Let me think about this. Alright, well, let's start with just logging a message when it gets clicked. It's getting clicked. But it's not being listed as selected. Oh, I bet it's something wrong with how I'm trying to edit the class list. Let's try this. This is a little bit uglier, but it might work. No? Weird. Alright. Favorite base subject. What would be some example base subjects? Yeah, it should be element.classlist.add. Classlist.add. That should be it. Let's try this. Oh, that one's not getting fired. Okay, hang on. That does not get fired. I was a big math buff in school. I like math. Why is the model not a selected node? Now it's English because you have the best teacher and it's not hard. Yeah, I mean, having a good teacher does make a subject a lot more enjoyable, and being good at a subject makes it a lot more enjoyable. I feel like it's pretty rare for people's favorite subjects to be ones that they're not good at. But you still don't like it. Alright, that's fine. Selected node becomes the model. Select node. Oh, because it's... Ah, there it is. There it is. That ought to do it. Oh, but... Oh, wait a second. I didn't think about this. Huh. Ooh. Okay, so that counted as clicking it. That counted as clicking 2 of them. That counts as clicking 3 of them. Oh, because they're nested. So I can't select the sub-elements because it's also selecting the parent elements. How can I prevent that from happening? Z-index, maybe. Z-index? Would that do it? Had one of your past teachers from elementary school, it would be your favorite again. So let's see. Pixel, you're doing like geometry stuff in math right now, right? Learning kind of what is how much is a radian versus how much is a degree. At least that's kind of about where it sounds like you are. A meaningless reward. I mean, you gotta have your meaningless reward, right? Let's call it nest level. Nest level. Let's try this. We're gonna try and set the Z index of each of these elements. div.style.z index equals nest level. So did that work first off? Like, does this have a, yeah, this has a Z index of 3, this has a Z index of 2. HTML on click div not parent. How to have click event only fire on parent div, not children. Well, I want it the other way around. Wait, is it supposed to work the other way around normally? Do-do-do-do-do. Train the children to, okay, that didn't work. Stop oh wait, that's jQuery. Oh, here we go. How to prevent executing parent div on clicking div child. Let's see. Last session was estimation, and then graphs. Okay, so you're learning like maybe Cartesian coordinate kind of stuff. Oh yeah, you are. Yeah, mx plus c. We always did mx plus b. Or was it mx plus c? I don't remember. I don't remember how they did that. Somebody has to know how to fix this, where I don't have to think about it. Is it all jQuery? Why does everybody have to do jQuery? Yeah, regional difference. Yeah. You guys learned the quadratic equation yet? X equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. It's for finding the roots of a quadratic equation, the zero roots. Very useful. I don't know why I still remember that formula. Is that coming? Eventually. So it's basically like if you have, so you got your you got your graph. So if you have a formula, a curve in the form ax squared plus b times x plus c, then that will create a function that will create a curve that looks kind of like this. Nice parabola. There's a function called the quadratic equation that lets you find this point and this point for this formula. And the formula is that those x's will always be equal to minus b, that's a b, plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by, oh, that was a good straight line, 2a. Yeah, so that's just like if you have a curve in this format, then this function will tell you where they intersect the x-axis. And you can use a nice song to remember it. X equals minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And that has stuck with me since 10th grade high school. So that would have been like 2001 or something. I remember it 20 years later. I still occasionally use it too. I don't know why, but yeah, it's row, row, row your boat. Skip pre-algebra. Pre-algebra doesn't have a whole lot. So z-index did not help us. So why is it that the... that it fires on every one of these? Div on click fires for child and parent. I don't want it to do that. Let's see here. Pass in E and use stop propagation. That's what it's saying. That's what it's telling me, but that seems so weird. All right, we'll try it. We'll try it. All right. On select node, E. Console log E. Make sure that I actually do have an E here to pass. I do have an E. Okay. So we're going to E dot stop propagation. We're gonna see if that works. Nope, not a function. I must have spelled it wrong. Propagation. That would do it. There it is. Okay, we're good. So now I can select individual elements. All right, that's much better. Selected, and then also apply a filter of brightness 1.2. I think. Is that not it? Is that not how you do brightness? Do I need to do more brightness? Oh, wait, oh. Oh, it's not. Oh, because it's not doing the background element. Weird. Did the code thing. It was stop propagation, apparently. Okay, so don't do brightness. Do background color. Background color is going to be not green, but something greenish. Let's base it on this. There you go. Let's just use that. There you go. So the idea is that you can select an element, and it will indicate, hey, look at that, you've selected that. Ooh, I wonder if I should go with the darker one. No, I shouldn't. Do. Also, background color on the sidebar, 055. Let's do this. Nope, never mind. Bad idea. Smarties. Wait, don't they okay, so Pixel. Do they call Smarties something different? Do you know what Smarties are, the candy? I think I remember there's something in my memory that's telling me that Smarties are one of the ones that have a vastly different name. It's like they're these small, they're very chalky in flavor. Or maybe it's Canada that it's like a weirdly different name. Either way, they're not great. They're not great. Okay, so we can select a node. Do, 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 do. No, it's not chocolate. Hang on. Smarties. Ugh. Oh, that's what it is. You guys have chocolate Smarties. We have this is what we have. It's these weird, dusty, chalky, crunchy candies. They break apart really easy, as if you were biting into, I don't know, like a very brittle and old piece of chalk. Yeah, we have trash. This is the filler at Halloween. This is what you get a lot of because it's cheap. And so people fill out the candy bowls with a lot of extra Smarties. Alright, so now we're gonna have, we've got our sidebar here. Next we're gonna have our top bar. Our editing window, where we're gonna actually make modifications to the node. Yeah, at the end of the basket, because nobody wants that. Nobody wants any of that. Okay, top bar. It's also going to be fixed position because I can't be bothered to deal with anything else right now. Top 0, right 0, height 300 pixels? I don't know. I don't know how much we're gonna need. Background color. Sure, do that one again. Shadow. Ugh, that didn't work out quite right. Oh, interesting. M&Ms are Smarties, and Smarties are gross. Sidebar is going to be a Z index of 5. There we go, and that way I don't have to worry about stuff. You want to shift the hue for this one at all, maybe? No, that's pretty gross. I don't know what to do with this. We'll go with this one, I guess. Fan art. Stay away from Google. Just stay away from Google. Google was a mistake, apparently. Oh, we want to stop propagation on add and delete as well. Well, at least on... Hang on, let's try this. Nope, not that one. Hang on. Let's try this. Yeah, we want to stop propagation on add. So let's throw the event in. Why not? Let's just throw it in on everything. Never know when you need that event. There we go. So now when we add, it doesn't automatically select the element as well. All right. So now we're gonna have function refresh edit panel, and that will also take a model. which is basically gonna happen when you refresh the tree? Yeah. If you've got a selected node, then refresh the edit panel with the model. No, just refresh the edit panel with the model either way. With the selected node. And if it's null, then just clear it out. So let's see, our container. Skittles. I thought that was like a bar room game. I didn't know if you actually also had the candy. Or maybe you do, maybe you have both. I think people here would only think of the candy. And then fries are chips and chips are crisps. Which I'm okay with. I think those names make sense. We want to do... What do we want to do? Alright, we want to get our container. Panel. Panel is top bar. Panel.innerHTML, blank it out. And if model is nothing, then just get out of here. We're done. Fish and chips are chips and dip. Wait, what? Now you've lost me. I was with you for a second there, and now not so much. Tile index. We don't have our list of tiles yet. We'll have to work on that. So now we need to build a series of editing panels. How are we going to do this? So you call these things chips instead of crispity, crunchy, munchy, cracker, jacker, snacker, nibbler, snap, crack, and pop, Westpool, Chestershire, Queen, lovely, jibbly, delight? That's kind of cringe, isn't it, bruv? There you go. You're welcome, everyone. All right. I put on terrible British accents all the time because I play Dungeons and Dragons once a week, so I kind of have to do terrible British accents. That's like the first rule of D&D is you have to do a really bad British accent. Or Scottish if you're a dwarf. Scottish is allowed if you're a dwarf. That's it. That's about it. What are we doing next? We're gonna build a series of editing panels. Also, this thing is in a weird spot. I'm not really a fan of that. Bump it over like 5 more. Oh, that would explain it. Wait, would that explain anything? Isn't that supposed to be like this? Oh no. No, that's there forever. Okay, that's better. How dare you, Hudson. Now I have to listen to that with my own ears later. I mean, the VOD's up forever, the YouTube exports are up forever. It's gonna be there, no matter what. The question is it going to get passed around in the Discord for being worthy of being watched? Time will tell. What was the plan? Making a list of node editors. So we want. Dang it, Hudson. Create property editor, model, prop name. Mobile is slow with clipping. Oh well. There's gonna be multiple clips of this. We're gonna make a div. I'm gonna call that an editor block. Poor Tom. Yeah, poor me. And it's gonna have an input block. Of type number. Of step. I think step is the thing. Of step 1. Value is model sub prop name. Born to be mild. Div.append child input. These aren't going to be hooked up to anything just yet. Label. Label.inner HTML equals, we'll just use the prop name for now. And then div.append child label. And actually let's put the label, let's put the input inside of the label object. This is a fun little thing you can do in HTML to make it so that clicking on the words counts as clicking on the input box. And then we return the div. Panel.append child. Create property editor for model and property of X. And then do the same for Y. And let's see what happens. Okay, well, we have an X and a Y. That's a start with correct values. So if the model actually had different values, like 5 to start with, yes, then we get those values initially. So now we can actually, we can't edit the model yet, but we're getting there. Pin a child, that's right. What do we got? So I need an on change. On change editor input. Event model and prop name, I think is enough. And then I want the something else. That's probably going to be window that it spits back based on how I'm going to do this. Input dot on change equals on change editor input e model prop name. Uh-oh, what's going on? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it gives me window. I don't want that. I want it to give me the actual input box. So let's also throw that in. Okay. So input.value should be giving me Yes, gives me the value that's printed there. Perfect. So when this happens, we are going to refresh our tree, which is really just refresh everything now. Actually, you know what? Refresh tree never gets called with anything but the model root. So we're just going to make refresh tree not take parameters anymore for now. And also, we should probably rename it to redraw panels. Okay, so we recognize that something just changed on our model. So we're going to say model sub prop name is now going to be input dot value. Except it's going to be parse int input dot value. Can you do decimals? You shouldn't be able to do decimals. Skazoo! What's going on, Skazoo? And also input dot value needs to also equal an integer version of that. Actually, let's do plus instead. That's a little bit cleaner. All right, so now when I click this, I should be able to edit the values, right? Yeah, edit the values. I keep missing the buttons. They're tiny buttons. Oh wait, no. 3, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I'm heading down accidentally. There we go, 8. Oh, thank you, Skazoo. $10 going to Camp Horizon. That maxes us out for the night as well. Okay, so now I can change between elements, and you guys can't see this because it's very tiny. But when I select different elements, they have different property values. So editing these input boxes is actually changing the values on our model and letting us go back to them later. That is a great step in the right direction. So we have a property, an editor block. Editor block is going to be width 100 pixels. Is that reasonable? And then dot editor block label is going to be inline block. Inline, is that enough? No, it's not enough. Nice. Wait a second. That's the wrong pixel. Pixel Yosh Gamer. It's the wrong pixel. What's our top bar here? Yeah, let's add some padding to that. That'll be nice. Give it a little bit more room to breathe. What a waste. What a waste. Do. Oh, because it's that small. I getcha. Do. There we go, that's better, I guess. Yeah, you'll get it back when you change your name, that's true. Oh, it's Skazoo with infinite underscores. I mean, I think they run out of underscores at some point. Right? There's gotta be a limit. Presumably. I guess I don't really know. Do 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 do. Yeah, I don't want that. Text align. We want text align right. It's a little ugly, but that's okay. Yes. So how do I make this a little bit better? I don't want to go. I don't want to go table style. I guess I could do. I could just append it in reverse order, right? No? Maybe not? Guess not. Maybe like this? Hey, there we go. That'll work. Okay, nice and clean. Except the input numbers are wrong. Wait, what's happening now? Why is this happening? Why are they suddenly all blank? Hang on, why? Why are they blank though? What happened? What happened here? Oh, because I'm appending to inner HTML. Text content? Can I do that? No. Dang it. Append text to label element. Is that what I want? Wait, something just happened. Skazoo! 2-month subscription. Thank you for adding your optional message. Much appreciated. What a guy, that Skazoo. Giving me that prime sub. Alright, it's just gonna look ugly. Ignore that it's ugly. You gotta have those good emotes, right? Baby. Baby. Alright, so we have an editor. It's ugly, but it technically lets you have nested elements and build a model object. Because why not? Oh, what if you select the selected node? Should that be unselect? Love it. Yeah, let's have that be an unselect. So let's let selection be a toggle. So you can select and unselect, select and unselect. Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is good. Enough. This is ugly, but whatever. Ooh. Can we write really fast? The face? I mean, I assume so. What face? My face? I was making a bit of a face. I do admit. Alright. can I add this in here? Does that work? Does that exist? /content. It should exist. But I don't see it anywhere. Oh, I bet it's hidden behind stuff. The space face. Oh, yeah, that's part of it. Okay, that's where it is. It's up there. Okay, then we can just leave it there. What part of the game are we making? We are making a tool that is going to let us create a bunch of different types of robots a lot faster than we could do it manually. The thing is, we're going to spend like 4 hours building this tool, and it's going to shave off maybe like 2 hours of work. But there's a chance that we might have to go back and make more later and make more edits, and then it'll actually be worth what we're doing. So we'll see what happens. Alright, we're gonna try draw. Just draw. I don't care, just draw. Let source equal document dot get element by ID, this one, that image right there. We need a canvas. ID equals canvas. And wait, no, it's canvas. Canvas ID equals canvas. Let canvas equal document dot get element by ID canvas. Let ctx equal canvas dot get context 2D. Okay, we've got our list of tiles here. I'm making the making machine. That's a good way of putting it. No, actually, that is not a goal, really. That's something that just happens when you use 2D canvas and you draw directly to it. It uses the CPU instead of GPU. That's not really a goal, but that is happening. The GPU would be a lot faster at this, and there are ways you can leverage it. Really, this whole blue box right here is just going to let us build some robots that animate, and then I don't have to animate by hand. I can just tell the computer, I want an eyeball that wiggles, I want a light that blinks, I want an exhaust that kind of shakes while the thing moves. Hollow Knight. Have you beaten Hollow Knight, Pixel? Like, beaten it to your... I've got barbecue on my wrist. That's pretty gross. Lil Toadette is a big fan of the sauce right now. It is really difficult, but hey, you can do Celeste. Granted, it's a very different type of game, but it's still a hard game. Okay, so let's see here. We're gonna say... create tile, create tile, create tile. Let's just do this. Tiles. And now we're going to define a little function here called create tile. It's It's going to define X, Y, width, height. And all it's going to do is tiles.push those numbers. X, X, Y, Y, W, W, H, H. Sure. And then let's just log tiles. All right, so we want to call draw and make sure we get a list of objects. Cool, we're good. Green path. Oh, green path is good. That is the trouble with Metroidvanias. If you come back to it later, you're not going to remember a thing that you're doing. It's an absolute mess. Okay, so what we're going to do is no, it's just model. We're going to start with model. Function draw node to canvas. Model. Draw model to canvas. Model and tiles. And we're going to say call that function with our root, model root, and our list of tiles. And this is going to do blah, 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 blah. What are we doing? Metroidvanias can be fun, but they can be very, very annoying sometimes. Draw model to canvas. So let tile equal tiles sub model dot tile index. That's going to tell me which tile to use. CTX dot draw image, I think. Yes. We choose the image, which is source. Guess we'll throw that in for now. This is going to be really ugly, but I'm trying to like pound this out before the end of the night. X tile dot, no, not tile dot X. Oh wait, I need sub 3 here, which is, okay, source X, source Y. So yes, tile.x, tile.y, tile.width, tile.height. Draw that to location, model.x, model.y, tile.width, tile.height. And then for let child of model.children draw model to canvas using the child, the tiles, and the source image. Okay. So does that work yet? No, CTX is not defined. Because of course it's not. Why would it be defined? Duh. Gotta throw that down here. Draw. Okay, we got somewhere at least. Have to work 6 days. Yikes. First run you defeated False Knight without dying, but died on your second run. I mean, you know, if you're getting your chops back, it can be tricky. ID canvas. Position. Fixed. Left 300. Top 400. Sure. Oh, there it is. Very tiny canvas. Tiny little canvas right there. But whatever. So what are we doing with? Why does it look like that? Is that expected? Do. Oh, because part 1 is exhaust. So I want to draw the core, which is tile index 5. Draw. Draw. Nope. Dang it. I say Hollow Knight. That's my take on it. Alright, so we'll throw CTX in here as well. So we'll do CTX.clear rect 00 10,000 because I'm not gonna bother. Okay, where's our canvas? Right there. I don't see anything drawn there though. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because that's the eye. Oh, that thing I'm scratching. That's not a spot. Right? So now if I draw, I get a really awful crop there. Yeah, sorry. That's all there is to it. It's Hollow Knight. Nothing to be done about that. Create tile. This should be X, Y, width, and height, right? Core is, yeah, 13 by 13, located at 28.3. Draw image. That is the source image, and then the slice X, slice Y, slice width, slice H, then the location, model X, model Y, tile width, tile height. What do I do this times 2? Does that help? Not really. I still don't know what I'm looking at. Let me see this. Can I see it? No? It's completely invisible. 32 by 32. That's the... Oh, I get it! Oh, stupid. It's the wrong image. I want enemy parts. Not tile set. No wonder. Okay, now when I say 5 and I say draw, there it is. There's our core. Shattered Pixel Dungeon. I have not. No. We're going to set an interval, and we're going to say call draw every, I don't know, every quickly. How often do we do this? Oh, 1,000 over 60. Makes sense. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Except I hit -1 and that breaks things. 4, 5. Okay, so I need something to say if the image does not exist. Only do this drawing if the tile exists. Maybe below Verticus is not on Steam. It's GitHub download for Java. Scale equals 5. We're going to draw it to scale 5. CTX dot image smoothing something smoothing enabled. Image smoothing enabled equals false. Oh, we're running out of time. Scale. Quickly, scale. Alright. This is a really hacky job here, but don't care. That does not look like image smoothing is disabled at all. Oh, because I misspelled it. Alright, fine. Whatever. Cool. Cool. On edit, change input, I want to refocus input. How do I focus? JS focus element. It's just element dot focus. Okay, cool. So I should be able to do input dot focus, so that when I do this, nope, didn't work. So I should be able to start bumping up. Yes, I can move this around, and now I should be able to add children that are not going to get drawn. Why is the child not getting drawn? Where's my child object? Oh. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw a node. Then boom, add to it a panel. Oh, but wait, let's move this one over here a little bit and over here a little bit. Boom, and let's add a sibling element here that is this guy, and we're gonna drop it right over here and then right here. Yes, yes indeedy. Bring it back a little bit. This one, move it right there, and then we're gonna add to this guy. To this guy, we're gonna add. He gets an eyeball, and we're gonna put him right here. And then the main node is also gonna have an exhaust pipe at like, I don't know, 12. Yeah, we're just sticking right there. And then also it's gonna have a wheel that looks like this at 15, and then another wheel that's gonna be, there it is, at like 15. Nope, right there. Boom. Robot. You've gained eyeball privileges. Okay, so this is all it does right now. It lets us very, very shakily throw together some resources. The resources are still manually defined. It would be nice to be able to like drag a window over the image file to say like, okay, this section is left plate, this section is right plate. Also, it'd be nice if these names appeared here where it says node. Wouldn't that be good? And then right now it still doesn't actually do the animations, the wavy animations that we're going to program in. So that is to be done later. But we at least have this much working. Also, z-index. Need z-index available. You know, go ahead and throw in z-index into our editor here. What is a z-index, you might be asking? A z-index defines front to back where something appears in a drawing. So z-index of 1 is like the back of the drawing, and then you draw z-index 2, 3, 4, 5 on top of that. So for instance, right here, the exhaust pipe is like on top of everything. I want it to be kind of hidden behind. So later on, I'm going to give it maybe a negative z-index to kind of say, hey, that needs to be in the very back of the drawing, below everything else. So we'll work on that. Hopefully, next time, we'll get this thing animated. Why are Kansas and Arkansas pronounced differently? I believe they have different... It's not different etymologies. It's different source pronouncers. Arkansas, was that like... See, Kansas was also originally a French territory, but Arkansas, I believe it's because Arkansas is using a French pronunciation. Oh, wait. It was based on a Native American tribe name. Kansas and Arkansas, I think, were both based on a Native American tribe name. But maybe, like, predominantly who was dealing with the territory initially. Like, I think the Arkansas territory might have been more predominantly handled by France, and so when we purchased it, we just used their pronunciation. But then Kansas was like, I don't know. It's something like that. They're using different pronunciations of a tribal name. I could Google it, but I'm not going to because I need to go to bed. I don't know if we're going to do game dev next week, because next Friday is 3D World release date. So I might do 3D World on Friday. Maybe I'll mix some things up after that. We'll get our game dev streams in, but we're going to shift them around for a little bit. Yeah, it'll be good. All right. See, look at our little guy. See, that's just from this right here. We're selecting elements, we're setting numbers, and then that builds this magic. That's what we did tonight. We did magic. Wi-Fi. You gotta use mobile now. All right, I really gotta go. You guys have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend, I guess. I'm gonna be busy because weekend means watching Little Toadette. So fun times, but busy times. Good night, everyone.